Bonjour tout le monde. Oh, it's like one of my classes, this, isn't it? Yeah. The only reason I said bonjour tout le monde, because that's obviously French, and today I'm paying homage to the French rugby team, who beat my rugby team on Sunday, which spoiled my day. Luckily, we've got today to celebrate, so I'm now happy again, until Saturday when we're going to lose again to Scotland, but never mind. My name's Ed Schofield. I'm here just to give you a few domestic pieces of detail, just in case anything untoward goes wrong. So the student's going to process in just a second. Before that, if the fire alarms go off today, we've had no pre-arrangement in terms of evacuation, so we would take a normal procedure and we'll leave the auditorium by the nearest fire exits. If I can ask you to turn your mobile phones off or into silent mode, please, that'd be very nice. The students will process across the stage. I'm not sure you'd like to take photos of them, but please try not to block other people's views of perhaps those children or grandchildren from France. At the end of the ceremony, we're going to process out of the auditorium. So we're going to process in and also process out. Most importantly, we're going to process out to the champagne. And the cocktail will be served until 6:15 this evening. If you have brought any additional items which you haven't deposited in the cloakrooms, if you can please make sure you take those away with you today as well. Does anybody have any questions? It's like one of my classes, isn't it? Any questions? Why did I only get 79 for my last essay? Morgan. Anybody from Morgan's family here today? Nice. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony can now commence.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Emmanuel Jorzenko. I'm the Director of Graduate Studies. I have a French accent. I have the privilege of opening the graduation ceremony for the graduating classes of fall 2019 of Glion Institute of Higher Education in Switzerland and in London. On behalf of Mrs. Georgette Deve, Managing Director of Glion Institute of Higher Education, and of the faculty members and colleagues, we are delighted to welcome honored dignitaries, parents, families, and friends, guests, sponsors, and of course you, dear graduates. I have the pleasure of introducing Georgette Deve, Managing Director of Glion Institute of Higher Education, who wishes to address students and their families to start this graduation ceremony.
Good afternoon. So, distinguished guests, proud families, supporters, sponsors, Glion team members, and of course, our graduands. A warm welcome to the Glion graduation of winter 2020. We're here today for a celebration of outstanding success of our graduands. Your success has been a journey, one in which you've developed the skills, knowledge, attitudes, and mindset required of tomorrow's hospitality leaders. For many of you, arriving here in Glion or on our London campus or online was a journey that commenced in February 2019. It was a new setting, a new country, a new way of life. So much to learn and so much to take on board. The professional image, classes starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, the luxury mindset and virtual classrooms. Learning within that global setting with your peers. Finally arriving here today at your graduation. We're sure that this time has passed very rapidly. In this time, you've experienced change and developed a global hospitality mindset, learning from your faculty, honing leadership skills, and developing your talent for the future. A mindset that will support you throughout your chosen career and provide you with the life skills necessary to succeed. Your development reminds me of the shortest poem in the English language, Muhammad Ali's Me, We. Only 2 words that express the sense of community, of appreciation for support, and togetherness that is needed for success. Your hard work may end here today, but the journey into your chosen careers starts now. Take the skills and determination to succeed that you've developed here at Glion and with you on your new journey into management and on into leadership. As Jack Welch, the legendary business leader of General Electric, once said, good business leaders create a vision, articulate a vision, passionately own the vision, and relentlessly drive to completion. But how will the world of luxury hospitality change in the coming years? The dichotomy of booming global tourism contrasting with the rise of sustainability, leading to flight shaming in many cultures and a growth in local experiences. The increase of Generation Y and Z and their need for digitalized guest experiences and social networks, and perhaps even augmented reality. 10 years from now, when we stand on this stage with the class of 2030 and they prepare to graduate, what vision will you have created, articulated, and relentlessly driven for the new decade to ensure the sustainability of the hospitality industry? So graduates of 2020, tomorrow as you step out into your careers, remember what Vincent Lombardi, the legendary coach of the Green Bay Packers football team, believed. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their chosen field of endeavor. Graduates of Winter 2020, create and passionately own your visions, commit to excellence, and live me-we for success. We wish you every success and look forward to your visits here to our campus as alumni, but most of all, as I love to say, learning is a journey and not a destination. So from us all here at Glion, bon voyage.
Thank you very much, Georgette, for this speech. It's my pleasure now to introduce our 2 guest speakers today. So Mr. Quentin Desurmont, CEO of TravelMade, and Mr. Jean-Baptiste Pigeon, which is a general manager of Intercontinental Hotel Group Estate in Moscow and general manager at Crown Plaza Moscow Park Guamin. So Quentin Desurmont is the founder and president of TravelMade, an international network of more than 400 luxury travel agencies located in 70 countries of the world. Since its creation in 2013, Quentin's initiative was driven by the ambition to elevate the luxury travel market worldwide and help travel designers make a name in the luxury industry. As the owner of Peplum, a luxury travel agency based in Paris that he created in 2008. Quentin based himself on his own experience as a travel designer to create a network that will respond to the demands of a community striving to be connected to exceptional suppliers that understand their needs and challenges for this market. It spent 6 years in Paris working for Walt Disney Company as marketing and sales director for Disneyland Paris. Our second speaker, Jean-Baptiste Pigeon, has been part of I won't be able to say that, Intercontinental Hotel Group, IG will be more straightforward, team for over 36 years. Having managed more than 15 hotels in 12 countries across the world during his career, Jean-Baptiste had the chance to be vice president of the Hotel Federation Brussels, Belgium, tourism consultant for the Franco-Hellenic Chamber of Commerce, president of the Bahraini Francophone Association. In French, it's more easy for me. And also board member of the Alliance Française of Bahrain. Throughout his career, Mr. Pigeon had a chance to be associated to Intercontinental Hotel Group, local or global initiative that provide him exposure within the organization and great learning opportunities. Currently, Jean-Baptiste Pigeon is the area general manager of IAG Estate in Moscow, as well as the general manager of the Crown Plaza Moscow Park Wyoming Hotel, which is preparing for opening in 2020. The floor is yours, mister. Thank you very much.
I start. Very good afternoon, everybody. I mean, what a great honor and great privilege to be here in front of you this afternoon. Because you have to understand something. I was seated there 39 years ago. Yeah, 39. It shows, anyway. And you know, I feel very proud to be able to talk this afternoon. And I have a profound thought for a gentleman that I respected a lot. He was the father of one of my classmates, Mr. Sohail Abu Hamad, a Lebanese gentleman, a great gentleman who inspired me a lot in my career. So, and he was the speaker. He was the speaker at our graduation. So I'm very proud to be following his steps today. Now you have chosen, and I'm sorry, I'm addressing them now. You've chosen a very challenging career. I mean, I'm a hotelier for the last 37 years, as you heard, and it's challenging. You'll be facing a lot of challenges. But let me tell you one thing, is that the rewards are immense. The rewards are immense in the people you will have the chance to cross in your career, because through the years, depending on where you will be, etc., you will have the chance to cross individuals that will impact you, that will impact your teams, and that sometimes have impacted the world. I mean, I don't want to show off, but I want to give you 3 examples of what I've experienced personally. I mean, I had the chance to work in Japan, and I had the immense honor to shake the hand with the emperor, something you're not supposed to do. You can have long discussions with Jean-Claude Juncker. I mean, you won't have those long discussions because he's not the president of the European Commission anymore. But that was a chance I was given. I mean, I had the chance to welcome Nelson Mandela, and you feel the aura of the gentleman when he opens and he comes in the lobby. So those are the things that will be impactful in your life because it will happen to you as well. Now, sometimes it's just shaking hands, but sometimes it's more than that. Now, we don't have to forget that our day-to-day responsibility will be to satisfy our customers. And who are our customers? They are people like you and me. They are couples on a honeymoon. They are holiday makers. They are corporate clients that are coming and staying in your property. And you will have to satisfy those people. And the essence of the message I want to deliver today is that to satisfy your customers, you will have to make sure that you take care of the people who work with and for you. Because you're tomorrow's leaders. You know, I was saying a little bit earlier to some colleagues that, I mean, the color of my hair shows we need to replace me on the scheme here. And you are the ones who tomorrow will come. And you will have to deliver what the essence of our business is. You will have to deliver quality. You will have to deliver an experience. And what do your customers want? They want to be recognized. They want to feel valued. And you want to make sure that your employees will deliver exactly the same thing. Because for them to deliver to your customers that value feeling, that quality feeling, they need to be valued themselves. Let me give you an example. You have a company, everybody knows Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines is one of the renowned companies around the world. And what do? To fly a plane, you need an average of 250 people behind. We tend to forget that. Because as normal travelers, what do? We go to the check-in, we're a little bit stressed, and then you have a lady, sometimes smiley, sometimes not that smiley, but you interact with that person, then you give your boarding pass, and then you deal with 1 or 2 stewards in the plane. So those 4 people are going to be the face for you of the company you're flying with. But behind, you had 250 people flying that plane. And what I'm trying to say here is that everybody is important in the organization. Everybody. Not only the one who shines, not only the general manager standing in the lobby. No, because that guy cannot do anything if the team is not behind. And through the customer journey, you start from the telephone operator sometime. Let me take you another example. There's a category of employees in hotels that are very rarely recognized properly. We're talking here about a roommate. What a job. You come to the hotel every morning knowing that you're going to have to clean 12 to 15 rooms. Sometimes those rooms are in such a poor state. But that person, responsibility will be to deliver a room where the next customer will feel that he's the first one. Wow, chapeau. But that person, you need to understand what's her motivation or his motivation. And this is your role as leader tomorrow, to make sure that you apply that. I'm sure you heard about the profit service chain. You heard about it. And the profit service chain starts from where? Starts from those individuals that will make the experience, that will make the customer feel that he's valued, that he's appreciated. So treat your staff the way you want them to treat your customers. I have to talk a little bit about Glion here at this stage because, as I told you, I didn't say that in my introduction, I forgot it. I've joined Glion in August 1979. I was a young kid, full of ambition, but when I've graduated in December 81, I've realized that Glion's experience forged a different person. I've learned so much in terms of human relations because, this institution is international and it's fantastic. I've been given the tools to make myself stronger, to make myself efficient, and to make myself successful. But this is something that my dear friend Quentin will talk about. I want to conclude here with one small message. Be passionate and be the ambassadors of your passion. In this troubled world, there's one gentleman I have a lot of respect from. He's Jordanian, Dr. Rifai. I don't know if you know him. Dr. Rifai was the Secretary General of the UNWTO, and he said something that was very profound for me. Travel is the language of peace. So you are tomorrow's peace guys with the blue helmet and deliver great message to the world. I wish you a great success in your life. I wish you a great success in your career, and I would like to thank you very much for your attention.
Good afternoon. I'm very honored to be here. First, because it's the first time, second time, I did one already, I'm doing a graduation speech, and I'm doing it to students from one of the best luxury schools in the world. The second is that I had my graduation speech given 20 years ago by Claude Jensen, the president of INSEAD. And I've always remembered what he said. The whole speech for 30 minutes was about one word. I will not share that word with you because I found a new word for me since. And I'm going to talk about this word with you. So I have kids, 3 children, 16, 14, and 10. I'm trying to transmit information to them, very important information. And a year ago, I said to them, what is the most important quality to reach success in life? Success. Success for good, success for business, success for anything. I told them the word. 6 months later, I said, okay, what was the word? They couldn't find it. Then I said, well, I'll give you a hint. It starts by Q. They couldn't find it. And my daughter said, laughing, curiosity, Daddy. And I said, yes. It doesn't start by Q. Yes, CU. And now they remember. So, curiosity. What is it to be curious? Being curious, it's having an explorative behavior, having an obsession for exploring everything. Georgette said, this is a new beginning of your learning journey now. You had classes, you learned a lot, but it's not finished. It's the beginning, actually. You'll see. So to learn more, you have to be curious. Being curious, it's also having an obsession for a word, why. Questioning everything you do. Why do you do that? Why do you believe in such thing? Trying to understand. It's about acquiring knowledge, but it's always keeping in mind your critical mind. You know already that you can't trust politicians and journalists, you have to be careful. That's a good thing. Challenge everything. Challenge with your friends, with your organization, what is made, what is decided. You can't build the future without challenging what we're doing today. It's also about, you realize that when you learn, the more you learn, the more you want to learn, and the more you learn. It's a very positive trend, you know? It's a positive thing to do. So what is at stake behind that? What is at stake is the capacity for you to always be a step ahead. When I was younger, 30 years ago, my mom used to say, don't eat sugar, fat, and alcohol. It's all sugar, and sugar is bad for us. That was 30 years ago. Nobody was saying that in the press. Now everybody's saying it. She was a big step ahead. That's my mother. So we know a lot of things today about the future, but these things have not been disseminated. They haven't been spread. So be curious, try to find them. What is at stake is summarized in a book by Kim Chan, one of my former professors. He wrote a book called Blue Ocean Strategies. One of the concepts, one of the ideas was that it's very likely that in 30 years' time, 50% of the products you will consume don't exist today. So you will have to invent those products and those services. So again, you will not make that happen if you're not thinking ahead of the game. You are already very much ahead of the game by being graduate from this school. Think about all these people who didn't have the chance to study. Think about these people who are left behind. So not only what you need to do is find solutions, fix things, but also help them. To be successful, you must also think out of the box. So I'm going to give you a few examples, two examples. When we created TravelMade, we decided that we didn't want to sit together within the travel industry and building together the future. We needed to think out of the box and have a look outside of the industry and see who was very successful in luxury. And actually, we found that luxury brands, luxury goods brands are very successful. You know them because this school and other schools source actually talents for these brands, you know, because you are good at delivering service and many other things. So what we did is we invited every year to a conference with a very specific theme, people from the luxury goods industry to tell us how they changed entirely their business model in the last 30 years ago from a cost-based model to a value-based model. And as you probably know, the level of profitability in these companies is super high. What can we do? What can we do? Just be curious and see how they did that. Another example is we talk a lot of sustainability, as you mentioned, Georgette. It's very important. It's not a trend. It's something big. We started to talk about that 5 years ago, big time in industry. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. There is not a single rating company for hotels on sustainability. Can you believe that? Nobody's done that. That's an idea. I give you an idea. Be curious. And you have a lot of discussion, another discussion I had with my kids about sustainability. And they said, well, Daddy, I know. We need to stop consuming product. We need to decrease the economy. I said, well, no. The global GDP, the world GDP will keep growing because Africa will be, the population in Africa will be multiplied by 4 till 2100. So that's going to be another 3.5 billion inhabitants on the planet, taking into account that the fact that it will still grow in other countries. So forget about decreasing the economy. So what can we do? Well, maybe we can rely on technology. We don't have yet all the solutions, but if you dig, if you're interested, if you look outside of your industry, you might know that there is a new technology called quantum computing, and that Google was the first one to crack it. They have what we call quantum supremacy, therefore, and they made a calculation that the best computer in the world can do in 10 years. They did this calculation in 3 hours. So that plus artificial intelligence means that tomorrow we'll have solutions for things we have no idea today. So maybe we find solution to absorb the carbon footprint in the world. So maybe technology is a solution. So I'm sharing that with you to say, look outside of your industry. Be curious. And you'll find ideas for your own industry, and you'll be better in your own industry. So this is the beginning of your learning journey. And this is it. Keep being curious. Dig. Keep digging. You want to know things? You have this little tool with you. You can know everything of the actual knowledge today in the world. You have it here. Instead of doing too many social media and too many, things that are not necessarily like games and so on. You have a question, you have the answer here. And from that answer, you will learn more and keep learning. Be curious and become the leaders tomorrow, because you will own the world and you will have to change it. Thank you very much. Merci.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Quentin. Thank you, Jean-Baptiste, for those two very inspiring speeches. Georgette, David, want to thank you with a gift. Thank you very much. Thanks. Yes, be curious. We are living very, very interesting time. And for you guys, this is a great opportunity. You have so many skills that you will be able to deploy with respect to the hospitality, the service excellence. So this is a great opportunity, and we are very proud of that. So we continue with respect to the awarding ceremony so for the awards of the Master of Higher Education. The names will be read by Dr. Martin Senior, which is the program director and also head of the faculty development. Yeah, Martin.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to present our online master students. The graduates for the online MBA have largely been invisible to us due to them studying partially or completely at a distance. They have managed their studies whilst working full-time, often running businesses and juggling family and other commitments. This event is possibly the only time that these graduates meet others in the flesh and get to realize that Glion actually does exist. Welcome to Glion and congratulations. Graduates, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your award from Mrs. Georgette Davey, Managing Director, and from Emmanuel Drexenko, Director of Graduate Programme. So for the online MBA in International Hospitality and Services Industries Management, we have David Juillet. Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Sorry, my cue. For the Master of Science in International Hospitality Business with Luxury Brand Management in Hospitality, Abdullah Al-Karaki. Alexandra Anikina. Borsa Barakat. Kwanong Kantalus. Alfred Chan. Petra Kulo. Vu Thai Dongdu. Jacqueline Zhang. Morgan Julin. Xinying Liang. Yalan Lu. Matteo Manieri. Giuseppe Merico. Hanan Nugent. Radhika Niyatjawan. Olivia Opilije. Pimbisut Prompasit. Nawapon Sirisan. Chatab Sichuala. Hung Lee Su. Chanan Wacha Purinamata.
Now we have the Master of Science in International Hospitality Business with Luxury Brand Management in Hospitality, London campus. Anya Karine Dior Abu Ebenechi. Mauro Fortunato. Valentin Garnier. Hani Slim. Roman Serrano.
If you're watching this video, it means that you made it. After a year of intense work, moment of doubt, but also a moment of sharing and of joy, here you are, graduating today. You can be proud of what you've accomplished, proud of all your efforts, and proud of being part of the Glion family. Today is your day, and you deserve it.
Now, if you look back at this year, what did Glion teach you? And what did you get from this experience? Well, Glion has enabled you to be successful in your professional life by allowing you to interact with people, to be consistent in your daily tasks, and to embrace life. Throughout your studies, Glion gave you the opportunity to meet successful, inspiring professionals.
Glion is your faculty and your support staff, your friends, and all the people that have been involved in your success all along this year.
But overall, Glion is a big family you will always be able to refer to. Glion is that little spirit above your head that will always follow you. And after all, Glion has made you a leader.
We've all grown and became the future leaders of the hospitality business.
As Glion alumni, we now have all the same duty. Spread the Glion spirit all over the world.
When looking at a bright horizon that is my future, I am happy. For although my life will contain its challenges to overcome, it will also hold joy, love, and success. And I know my classmates will too.
So, don't look back and regret, my friends. Look forward and smile.
So we had just awarded, in fact, the student that performed the International Hospitality Business MSc program with the luxury specialization. And now we are awarding the MSc student in International Hospitality and Service with the Hospitality Development and Real Estate. The two programs, basically, they are 1 year of 2 semester-based academic studies plus 1 semester of internship, okay? And the objective is to prepare, in fact, for professionals that will be ready in international career in the hospitality industry, okay? So, as in the previous case, the name will be named by the master program manager, so it will be Mrs. Pretima Farrant for the Swiss campus, and it will be Rebecca Byrne for the London one. So here we are now calling the students from the Hospitality Development and Real Estate specialization.
For the Master of Science in Hospitality Business with International Hotel Development and Finance, Tanya Porn Apinukutraku. Santiago de Grave Correa. Neliana Contoni Salida. Louis Lalouette. Dinmin Thang Lee. Etienne Luther. Alessandro Manzi. Karisara Nagumbuthang. Yannis Priavolos. Jules Privat. Antonio Rule Magidis. Filippo Salvatori. Marcelo Tanuri. Koman Yasa.
And for the Master of Science in International Hospitality Business with International Hotel Development and Finance, London campus, Theodore Giscard d'Estaing. Bartchain Kazambeva. Bernardo Santos Canero Godeca. Anouk Tona.
Okay, so we continue today's ceremonies with a presentation of student prizes. We have 3 prizes today. So one for the academic performance, a second one for the leadership, and the third one for the professional experience. So the first of these are for the students of the master program on our London and Bull campuses for outstanding academic performance. Martin?
This is for the Outstanding Academic Performance Prize. I am truly honoured to announce the prize for the Outstanding Academic Performance across all master's programmes, a 2-night bed and breakfast stay for 2 people at the Crown Plaza, London, the City Hotel offered by IHG, and a magnum bottle of Glion champagne. IHG will also donate, on behalf of the student who wins the Outstanding Academic Performance Prize, a cheque of 10,000 IHG reward points to Care International Charity, which is a global confederation of 14 members working together to fight poverty in 95 countries. This prize is awarded to the student who has achieved the highest semester average of all the GIHE Masters students this semester. I'd like to call on the stage Mrs. Lorana Gardi, Manager Early Careers, Europe, Middle East, Africa. Oh, excuse me, Mr. I've got an MS. I've got an MS here. Middle East, Africa, and Asia IHG to award the prize. Beg your pardon.
She just had to leave. On behalf of, she just had to leave.
Fair enough. With an overall semester average of 83.23%, the student who receives the Outstanding Academic Performance Prize is... Who is it? Okay, it's Neliana from Todo Mido Palida.
It is my pleasure now to invite Nelly. Nelly, you were already there. You can come back. And Louis Lalouette, member of the networking committee, who will deliver the speech on behalf of the master students. So Nelly and Louis, we are waiting you.
Dear parents, families, sponsors, faculty, Glion staff, and most importantly, fellow graduates. This past year has been an intense journey full of surprises. Our master in Glion is complete, and we now have the tools to break the barriers of our imagination. This journey will be forever in our hearts. It has shaped each and every single one of us to more than just hospitality professionals. It has formed us as human beings.
We arrived in Glion from all over the world, each one with our own background, our own culture, and our own story. We were appointed to the task of creating a new chapter in our lives. This chapter is now closed, and what was once a group of 51 strangers of 24 nationalities is now ready to leave Glion as one big family. We officially created our common story. Congratulations, class of winter 2020, we made it.
So to all of you who are present here today, both physically and virtually, and those who couldn't make it, we are eternally grateful. To our parents and families, thank you for your support. To our teachers, thank you for your guidance and patience. To the Glion staff, thank you for running the show behind the scenes. Without all of you, this success would not have been possible.
Time really passed in the blink of an eye. In the past year, we learned how to work with other cultures, we made very strong friendships, we fell in love, we became more curious, and are now ready to face the world with open arms.
From DDD charts to Porter's Five Forces, from Jamin to Le Moderne, from the lake to the cows, and from fondue to hot pot, we have come a long way. We have seen each other discover and devote ourselves to our passions, and have grown immensely as a result.
So while writing this speech, we couldn't help but wonder, what would have happened if we never came to Glion? We wouldn't have known that Jordanians, they love onion soup. Chinese are amazing cooks. Italians can be sparkling. Colombians and Americans would be best friends. Asians are the biggest explorers of Europe. And at 2003, 7-seat Scenic could create so many memories.
It is in this diversity that we have found our unity, and this is the most valuable experience we could have ever asked for.
All the knowledge instilled in us by our teachers, the academic body, and fellow classmates will surely prove to be immensely beneficial in our future endeavors. Success is built upon teamwork. This is probably the most valuable lesson Glion taught us. So to all of you, thank you.
Graduation is not an end goal in itself. It is instead a part of the larger journey of life. Wherever your future takes you, let it take you somewhere. Dr. Seuss once said, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are the one who will decide where to go.
Our graduation is just a milestone, an important one. Let it motivate you and inspire you. Always push forward and remember, one falls forward to success. In times of doubt, we are here, as your Glion family, to support and remind you. Only those who dare to fail greatly will ever achieve greatly.
De nous tous à vous tous, merci infiniment.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you very much, Nelly and Louis, for your speech. We want to express our gratitude, faculty members, team members, for the hard work, all the hard work that you have done. You have been a role model for your fellow comrades, so thank you very much. We are moving to the second prize, which is the Leadership Prize. So this is for the students of the master program of our London and Bull campuses for outstanding leadership. So this prize is awarded to the student who best exhibits the qualities of leadership throughout the entire length of studies. And I'm very happy to announce the prize for leadership. An engraved Caran d'Ange, fountain pen offered by Loco, and a magnum bottle of Ruinart champagne. To give this prize, I would like to call on stage Mrs. Marie Blazer, event manager and head of sustainable development at Loco, to award the prize. So the winning student who received the leadership prize is a bit of Louis Hubert Henri Lalouette. Congratulations. So the third and last prize is on professional excellence. It's for students of the master program, both on London and Bull campuses, for outstanding professional excellence. I'll let Eric Mabilon introduce this.
Good afternoon. The Professional Excellence Prize. For the Professional Excellence Prize, the Glion community votes for the student who best exhibits the qualities of professionalism with the highest level of professional attitude in all what they do. I'm proud to announce the prize for professional excellence, which is a personally engraved bottle of Louis XIII cognac. I would like to call on stage Mr. Alexandre Perrault, trade manager for Louis XIII Switzerland, to award the prize. The winning student who received the Professional Excellence Prize is Chahat Lakwani Melwani, who unfortunately cannot be here today with us, and we therefore give the prize to the program manager, Mrs. Pretima Farran, who will then transmit it to the winning student, Chahat.
Thank you, Eric. It is now my pleasure to invite to the podium Frédéric Frère, co-founder and CEO of Travel Store, which is a Glion alumnus and member of Alumni Association International Committee, who will deliver a speech to introduce the Alumni Association of Glion. Frédéric.
Good afternoon, parents, families, and of course, graduates. It's really, for me, a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. I feel a lot of emotions because, as Jean-Baptiste also mentioned, I was here 37 years ago. And by listening to your different speeches, seeing the images that I've seen, it reminds me so many fantastic memories. And really, it's a great pleasure. So I want to say to you, the graduates, welcome to the amazing alumni community that Glion alumni is. You will see that it's, I think, a unique asset. You will have quite a lot of knowledge through these studies in Glion, but in your careers, you will see that the value of the network is something absolutely key. I had, I was involved in many entrepreneurial initiatives. I've launched different companies in travel, in events, in health clubs, in technology, and somewhere when I was always in touch with someone from Glion, somewhere in the world, because this community is all over the world, and that's another fantastic thing that has been said, including in the last speeches from you, that you have had this amazing opportunity to be in touch with so many different cultures, languages, people from all over the world, and believe me, it's something really unique. It's a benefit that we carry with us and that will help us and helps us to be successful in our professional careers all along, really. I would say, there's many keys to success. One of them is definitely the soft skills. We have the hard skills, and it's like in sports, you have a lot of good sports people. If I think of the tennis players, many are technically very good, but those who make the difference are those who win because of their attitude, this extra mile that they give, and this is really an ingredient to success. And another one is definitely the ability to build bridges with other people. It's to create, it's networking. It's to relate with as many people as possible. And I would say that you have an amazing opportunity here to start taking advantage of your own community of Glion alumni. Of course, we want the association, now speaking more specifically about the AAG association, to be not closed on itself, but to be open to other communities, whether they're academic communities, professional ones. So you should you should seek to be in touch with as many people as possible, because this will definitely, again, help you be successful. I don't want to mention it now because it would be too long, but I can think of so many examples, so many situations in my life where being in touch with some people really has made the difference. One thing I also want to mention, and that is very close to the spirit of the association itself, is this Glion spirit. And it's something that I also carry from my days in Glion, and that we see still very alive in the community of the Glion alumni. It's not just the words, it's a state of mind. It's something that makes also a lot of difference and that we have to be very proud of. After all, we are graduates from, I don't have any problem saying it, the best business hospitality school in the world, the best luxury brand management school in the world, where you will also acquire knowledge in event management and other areas. But we have to convey that belief when we relate with our industry peers, because it's the truth, and it's not lack of humility, and we have to be humble because we keep learning in life, but it's a strength that we have to use in our advantage. So, just to finish, AAG, the Glion Alumni Association, how are we organized? We have an international committee that coordinates a certain number of regional structures that cover parts of the world. And then in each country there is one or more ambassadors that promote a certain number of initiatives, gatherings where we can meet, and of course not only meet the former colleagues of when we were in Glion. I think that's nice, but that's not enough. I think it's good that we can meet other people. And we also try to invite industry speakers, people who we can learn from, and we keep learning, as I said. And I really encourage you to participate in those initiatives. I know that we go through stages in our professional life where sometimes, well, I'm very busy, Glion's a little more away from my mind, but you will see that as years go by, that Glion and the Glion spirit, and it's there, and we need it, and we need to reconnect. So I really encourage you to keep connected as often as possible. It starts by you registering in the website, and of course follow the social networks. And I also invite you and encourage you to participate in the General Assemblies. There will be one in June this year. It will be taking place part in Glion, but also there will be a gala dinner at the Fairmont Grand Hotel in Geneva. So we want to see as many of you as possible. So just thank you to all. I wish you a beautiful life, a fantastic career. Don't forget to have fun in what you do. That's another key ingredient to success. And it's been said here also, be passionate about everything you do. And thank you to the teachers. I have to say it on a personal basis because, I've learned a lot from them. And some are not here anymore, of course. Many are not. They're already retired in my case. But I admire them. It's a very noble profession. They influence the future. They generate a legacy that can make a difference in the world. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Frere. It is always such a pleasure to welcome our alumni back, and also Jean-Baptiste to share their experience. As we now come to the end of our graduation ceremony, it's time to express our thanks to the many people who've made up this academic semester, this academic year. To start with, and reiterating those words, and sincere thanks to our faculty who have been here to support you throughout your studies. Also, a very big thank you to all of the team of the Glion community who've contributed to the successful event today, and also the well-being of our students throughout their studies. We'd like to extend our sincere thanks as well to our academic and support teams who have been dedicated to your success during your whole year of study, right up until today. And we'd like to share a few photographs with you, I'm sure members of the team that our students will recognize. finally, ladies and gentlemen, there are those who deserve the greatest thanks of all. If I could ask all parents, sponsors, guests of our graduates, and all of our important guests today to stand up, please. So all of our guests, if I can ask you to stand up. I am sure in our students' fashion, they would like to say the biggest ever thank you to all of you. So on behalf of our students, to you and those who could not be present with us today, we expend our sincere thanks for your devotion to the education of our students. It's a special day for them, and it's a special day for you. And it's only you that's made this possible. We just have two last things to do, so guests, please take a seat. One is a few housekeeping points. You're obviously all cordially invited to those terribly inviting glasses of champagne that I can see, because I'm looking this way. So we do invite you all to that champagne cocktail. If we can ask all students to ensure that they do return their gown and collect anything from the cloakrooms by 6:30. As we said at the beginning, our team members will be processing out, along with the students, it's fabulous footage for videos and to share with family. So do please wait in your seats as we process out, and do take that opportunity to video all of your proud graduates here. And now, to bring our February 2020 graduation to a close. Graduates, do you have those hats in your hands? Question, are you ready? Yes! So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.